This episode of Kind of Funny Gamescast is brought to you by Movement Watches. Movement Watches was founded on the belief that style shouldn't break the bank. The watchmaker's goal is to change the way consumers think about fashion by offering high-quality, minimalist products at revolutionary prices. With over 500,000 watches sold to customers in over 160 countries around the world, MVMT Watches has solidified itself as the world's fastest-growing watch company. That's right, Movement Watches, MVMT. Greg Miller has had his sexy, the sexy one with the red hands, the black face, and ooh, it's looking good. Movement watches start at just $95. At a department store, you're looking at $400 to $500. They're expensive. Movement figured out that by selling online, they were able to cut out the middleman, retail markup, all that stuff, providing the best possible price. We're talking classic design, quality construction, styled minimalism. It's everything you can want. You can get yours with 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to mvmtwatches.com/kinda. If you like super clean designs and getting compliments, now's the time to step up your watch game. Go to mvmtwatches.com/kinda. Join the movement. Still one of my favorite catchphrases. Good job, guys. Last up of the day, as always, brought to you by you. You can go to kindoffunny.com/gamescast topic. Leave your questions for us, and we will answer them. This week, very Nick themed.
I'm gonna fill this water.
I decided to kind of bring you back into the fold here a little bit. Wasn't planned to have you on the whole show today. It was supposed to be just a topic, but then kind of just fell into it, and we're like, why not?
Why not?
Let's just roll through this. So Richard Welch says, I'd like to see him cast video game characters.
Cast video game characters.
I imagine he means in a movie.
Oh, in a movie.
So I'll throw some characters at you.
Give it to me. Okay.
And let's just start off.
The old brain firing.
With a nice segue here. Solid Snake.
Solid Snake. Obviously the obvious answer is Michael Biehn because that's the character on the cover is based off of. But Michael Bihn's career did not pan out the way we wanted to. Also, he's a bit old for that. I would say a Taylor Kitsch would be awesome for a Solid Snake, or maybe someone. Let me think. Who am I thinking that I love right now? Yeah, I would go Taylor Kitsch. I love him. And he's so underrated. And he's so underused, unfortunately. Who else?
To make it a Legend of Zelda movie.
Okay.
Who's Link?
I think you cast
Who's
Link.
Zelda?
You cast... Interesting. Because you have a character who's got to be childlike, doesn't speak. Haley Joel Osment for Link. And then...
He grew up, right?
No.
He's grown up.
He'll always be that kid that Sixth Sense for me. And I would cast Emma Watson as Zelda because... I just would want to work with her 100%.
Yeah, okay.
And the whole time
now you're directing the the movie. I like that.
Of course. Fuck yeah. I'm casting it. If I'm casting the movie, I'm clearly directing the movie.
Got it. All right. Let's go with throw any video game character at him. Oh God, Greg.
All right.
DARPA chief.
DARPA chief?
You've already cast it for Metal Gear.
Oh, this is the guy that hosts Family Feud.
Steve Harvey.
Yeah. By the way, Steve Harvey. Very universal actor. He could have played all the roles you already talked about.
Very true.
He could play Zelda. He could play Link.
Yeah,
absolutely,
yeah.
100%.
Okay.
So any video character?
Yeah.
Did we already do Nathan Drake? Did we already figure that out?
No, Nathan Drake. Go for it.
Nathan Drake. I mean, the obvious. See, I don't want to go the obvious though, because everyone's always like, it's either Bradley Cooper or what's his butt from Jurassic World.
Chris Pratt.
I don't want to go there though. Nathan Drake.
How about? You can think about it if you want.
I'm gonna think about that for a second.
How about this? How do you feel about the Tomb Raider girl?
Alicia Vikander?
I don't know anything about her. I saw that first set photo of her though. Where I was like,
know about her.
Okay,
She was an
I love it.
Oh, I do know her then. Okay, yeah.
The set photos of her, I was like, oh shit.
That looks just like the game.
This looks just like the game. Good for you
She's
guys.
awesome. She's an amazing actor. I think they did a great job with that.
Let me throw this at you.
Cool. Yeah.
Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot.
Is this a CG movie?
Are we doing the voice of it, or just someone actually have to be in a Crash Bandicoot costume?
Both.
Because I very
You're
much
casting the commercial and they're putting him back in the suit.
If we're casting Crash Bandicoot, I think we have to bring back arguably the most underrated comedian ever to live, Mr. Carrot Top. I think Carrot Top has to be Crash Bandicoot. I think he has to be that.
I like it.
If it's the voice of Crash Bandicoot, I think there's only one person who can do it, and that man's name is Tim Gettys.
Thank you.
Tim Gettys.
I'll take it up if I have to.
Booga booga.
Take up the mantle.
Ooga booga. Trying to think of a fun one. Bayonetta.
Ooh. That's tough. You want to go with someone like a Rose McGowan, but I don't know if Rose McGowan's doing stuff like that.
See, I was thinking
right now.
Ashley. I was thinking Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, she might be a little too motherly now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
Well, she's out on the prowl now.
What's that? Oh, she's out on the prowl. That's right.
Right? They broke up.
Bayonetta kind of has like a sexy milf
Older
thing to
yeah,
her.
yeah. She's got the librarian thing going on.
Yeah. At least Bayonetta 2, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, that's a hard. That's. I mean, there's lots of women that could do that. I would want to put like. I want to put like an Eva Mendes in that just to see what it's like. I know the character is traditionally supposed to be Caucasian, but there's a Japanese.
I mean, she
looks kinda white.
She's a witch. She's white.
But I would do like an Ava Mendes in that. Or
Okay.
like a Jessica Alba.
Ooh.
Get a little Latin flair into
I
that.
like that.
It's hot.
I like the Jessica Alba factor.
I mean, they don't have to be like,
Uh-huh.
all that crazy.
Pac-Man and Four Ghosts.
Pac-Man, we got to go with Adam Sandler. And the Four Ghosts, all the other people whose names I don't know in the Adam Sandler crew.
Gotcha.
In
Yeah.
Pixels.
Yeah, and Pixels. Pretty much the same crew he's worked with since Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison. Biggity-doo.
Lee Everett in The Walking Dead. Did you ever,
Lee-
The Walking Dead, the game?
I
Dave
don't-
Fenoy's character?
Oh, Dave Foy's character?
Yeah.
Then Dave Foy.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, perfect.
Okay,
Might as well do that.
Solid.
That's
Yeah,
easy.
Dave's one of those fascinating guys that he's super talented, and I want him to do more live action work.
Yeah, me too.
And I don't get me wrong, I like the Ezekiel on The Walking Dead right now,
Yeah.
but I think
Kari Payton, I forget how you pronounce
I
it.
think Dave would have crushed that role.
He would've
Final
crushed
one.
it.
Yes,
Super Mario and Luigi. If they were to make a live action movie.
another live action movie.
Yeah, who would
Well,
you
I mean,
cast?
I think
We
you got to
lost-
bring
we-
back John Leguizamo.
Bob Hoskins
lost-
and John Leguizamo.
we lost
so
Bob.
unfortunately,
Bob's
Bob
gone.
is dead.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, that's sad.
Didn't have a one-up?
Oh, right.
Mario. I mean,
he's
I
a real
feel
man
like-
who died.
I feel like if you want to get crazy about it, you want to get fucking crazy about it. Okay, you want to get like take it up to $200 million, $300 million budget.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg as Mario.
No, stop putting Wahlberg
Yes.
in everything.
Yes,
I'm kind of down.
Or no, Mark Wahlberg as Mario, The Rock as Luigi. You got to do
Or-
it. You want to do Vin Diesel as Mario?
I want The Rock as Toad. I feel like
The
that's
Rock as Toad would be
appropriate.
amazing. That would be amazing.
Okay, so we're casting Super Mario Brothers 2, the movie.
Okay.
All right.
We need
It's
Peach?
going to be a semi-reboot sequel to the 90s movie.
Jesus
but this
God,
one, it's
no.
of Super Mario Brothers 2,
Okay.
where they're in subspace, or not subspace.
Subspace Embassy?
Not emissary, just subspace.
Mm-hmm.
And we need Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Toad.
I'm sticking with Mark Wahlberg for Mario.
Okay.
I feel like that works.
Fuck this movie.
I don't know why.
Fuck
I
you,
feel
Hollywood types
people would-
ruining our-
Either Mark Wahlberg or Channing Tatum for Mario. But if Mark Wahlberg, if it was Channing Tatum, then you got to flip it a little bit and maybe go Channing Tatum as Luigi and Jonah Hill
As
or
Mario?
Seth Rogen as Mario.
Okay.
Right, so we got that connection.
God,
or
no.
if you want to go R, like hard R rated, and you want to bring a little like not go true to form, like maybe one of them was adopted by the Italians. You go Danny McBride and Craig Robinson as Mario and Luigi, right? Or Craig Robinson can play Toad because that kind of is
That
fun,
would be good.
right? So any combination of that, of like the Danny McBride, Channing Tatum, Craig Robinson, and then for Peach, I'm gonna go with Aubrey Plaza because I just watched Dirty Grandpa and now I have a huge fucking crush on that.
Oh,
girl.
she's great.
Huge crush on her.
What about
Zac Efron could also be a solid Snake. I just want you guys to know that. And
Robert De Niro
be
for
Nathan
Mario?
Drake. Robert De Niro for Mario. He's a little, he could work. I mean, he's an amazing actor.
Yeah.
I think he could definitely work. But I feel like you want the Mario character if he's going to be acting opposite Channing Tatum and Craig Robinson. You might want him to be in that age bracket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Steve Harvey, on the other hand, would make an amazing Mario because, as we know,
He can
Steve
be-
Harvey would make an amazing.
He's
everything.
the Mushroom Kingdom king, right?
Oh, the
He can be that
king.
guy, yeah.
Who do we
the king.
cast as Bowser though? Do we have to have a bad guy here?
No, Bowser's not in Super Mario
He's not
2.
in. Who's
Wart,
the bad guy?
Wart, he's like a frog.
A frog.
And Birdo. Who's Birdo?
Birdo. I mean, I feel like that's maybe where John Leguizamo can come back into play.
Oh no, things didn't turn out too well for him.
No, I don't know. I mean, his career's he's had a great career.
You know who always gives
I'm
off
gonna go Caitlyn
Birdo vibes to me? Alfredo Diaz. I can see him playing a hell of a Birdo. He could be a great Birdo. Someone about his.
I love that.
Someone about his pretty mouth.
Dalsim
His
from
pretty
Street
mouth.
Fighter 2.
It's not a
looks just
crossover.
like
We don't have
him.
to worry about it.
What?
It's not a crossover. We don't have to worry about it. He
Oh,
can
I
be
guess
both.
you're right. He could be both. You're right. Lukey Lou says, "How do y'all feel about that Netflix Castlevania cartoon? Have you heard about this?
Yeah,
yet?
I heard about it on the news. I haven't seen.
Did you hear more details about
No,
it?
all I saw was what we kind of covered at the last story when you and I were
Yeah,
doing
no,
the show
there's
a couple
awesome
days
news.
ago.
Animated by Frederator.
Oh, really? Okay.
So that's just gonna be good. Produced by Adi Shankar.
Oh, that's right. I did hear
Hard
that.
R.
That's going to be
for
awesome.
this thing.
That's going to be amazing.
Hell yeah.
Adi Shankar, for those of you who don't know, produced Dread, but he also, more importantly, did that amazing Power Ranger short that came out
Power slash
about a
Rangers.
year and a half ago with Katie Sackhoff and James Vanderbeek. It's
Directed
fucking awesome.
by Joseph Kahn of Taylor Swift video
Taylor
fame.
Swift video fame.
And the Thong Song video and Larger Than Life by Backstreet Boys.
Joseph Kahn's a bad motherfucker.
He really is.
Bad motherfucker.
I want
Warren
to get him
Ellis
on the
is
show
writing
one
it
day.
too. Comic book writer Warren.
Oh,
Ellis.
Warren, no shit.
Yeah.
From, did he write Preacher? No.
He
that's
did
Garth
the
Ennis.
Extremis thing, the
Yeah.
Iron Man Extremis arc.
Transmetropolitan was the thing he did. That
Okay.
Planet
Very exciting.
Hellblazer, The Authority, Red. Next
That's going to
Wave.
be dope as shit.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that.
Matthew Evans.
I'm calling you right now. Colin will hate it. Go ahead.
Matthew Evans
think so?
says,
I know Colin even watch it.
Oh, he probably won't watch it now.
Oh, God, I don't want to watch cartoon.
Matthew Evans says, as someone who's big into production, what draws Nick's attention to a game? The design, music, the setting, things like that?
Definitely. The style, like for instance, Hitman, the style, the music actually really got me when I was walking around, and it felt like a 60s noir secret agent film. I was like, I'm really getting into this. So yeah, definitely. Oddly enough, the cinematics don't really draw me in. I like storytelling through gameplay. And so if I'm actually playing a game and I get a sequence of cinematics that are just characters in the uncanny valley, it doesn't really draw me in. But I do like, I like discovering those stories kind of organically through the gameplay.
Jose Lewis, aka Papello, 14, says, what's the first video game you played, and could you ever fathom that you'd be going to work in an industry related to them?
No, because I had never really wanted to. The first game I think I remember playing was, Jesus Christ, it was got to be on the Apple IIc, because I think that was the first like computer that I had that could play a game.
Sure.
It was either that or the Atari 2600, and I think that was like River Run. I think was a game, right, on Atari. I remember playing that.
Yeah.
And then also the game that I wanted to master so badly but never could because I loved the movie franchise so much, Aliens, which was on the Apple IIc, and it was fucking impossibly hard. It was so hard. I got to the ending every time. You just had to keep dropping flares, and I just couldn't figure out how to get through it. Probably the easiest game on the planet, but I was like 4.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
John Leola, if you were to write a video game, what game would you want to write?
Oh, interesting. That's a very interesting question. I would probably want to try to write something that played out similar to like a Gone Home, because I feel like that's a really good use of the medium that really combines all the aspects of cinema and the interactivity of games to tell a really compelling, cool story. And it's only 4 hours. So even if you don't like it, it's only 4 hours. You get through it. Actually, I think that might not even have been 4
it was
hours.
2 hours.
It was
Hour
like
and a half,
2
2 hours.
But I like that, and I like what his team did with that, where you just kind of go through and experience it, and you're being told a story very organic. Firewatch is another example of a game that I really liked in that regard. Had some problems toward the third act, like everyone knows, but I liked the concept of just being in that world, being able to explore it, and then experiencing that story kind of organically. And the way they did it, I thought was really genius.
Jodicus says, if you could make any change to the Deus Ex franchise moving forward, what would it be?
I mean, another game would be good. We'll see
Looking
how that goes.
unlikely.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I mean, I'm not that deep in Deus Ex, but I like the gameplay, and I'd like that. I'd like them to make another game, but unfortunately, they're probably not going to.
Matt LeBouc says, what's the next game you're going to play?
After Hitman, probably Uncharted. At some point, I have to.
You've got to go
the
back and
Uncharted
just do
series.
it.
I've never played one.
You're
so.
going to love
You keep
them,
starting
man.
one, don't you?
I've played the first 2 hours of one 3 times now. And I shit you not, I'm like, this game's cool. I should go back to this. And then you know what's putting me off now is that I just don't want to fucking play that sub level again. I'm like,
Well,
I don't
just
want to
pick up from where you left off.
I don't think I have my save. I think I did it on yours.
That shit's it goes by so fast.
I know. I'm being a bitch about it. It's one of those things where, like, I've held ground so long on this, and I know I'm gonna like it that I'm just like dreading having to eat my words.
Yeah.
You know, where you're like, I know I'm gonna like this. Why don't I just
you're really
suck it
gonna-
up and go play Uncharted?
Buttercup.
Chris Moore says, Nick, what's up with that Robotech Battle Cry Let's Play? I'm going to change that question to, have you ever played Robotech Battle Cry?
Yeah, we should do a Let's Play on that.
Really?
Can you still? What
I don't know.
system
It'd be
was that
really
on?
PS2, GameCube, and Xbox. We'd have to
figure it
get
out.
creative.
Yeah,
but-
we'd have to get creative with that. It was fun. We'd have to it had a cool multiplayer.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever play it?
No, I didn't. I loved the style. That was back when cell shaded
cel-shaded
games were still like a huge deal.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh man. This
Unfortunately,
looks
the
crazy.
actual single player campaign for that was not very fun because you didn't. I think there was something off with the sense of momentum they had in space when you actually with the Veritech fighter in space. But when you played the actual battle mode, it was a lot of fun and hard and cool, very cool.
Let's see.
I want that Robotech Crystal Dreams Let's Play. Remember that game?
No, I don't remember any of these
Never
things.
came out.
I'd never even really heard about Robotech.
Broke my fucking heart. That was when I was hella into video games, and I wanted an N64 so badly because I wanted to play Mario and I wanted to play Robotech Crystal Dreams. And everyone was like, "This game's gonna be terrible because you're in space fighting a bunch of crystalloids, just crystals, because that's all that the N64 could render."
Sure.
And then they canceled it.
Oh, wow, okay.
I think it was a rare game.
Trust
At
me, it could have been
Gangster.
worse. You could have actually gotten the game you wanted, and Superman 64 is just a prize.
Sorry about that.
That
you got
Gangster
another
wants to know, how's it being so damn suave?
It's really fun, but it's really hard because, I get to be around you two beautiful sons of bitches. So you guys set the bar high. You set it
We
high.
try.
And then there's Kevin.
Speaking of Kevin, bongos
It's
for
more like a
Kevin.
stepping bar, you know what I mean? You just kinda,
Jesus
it's like a bar that
he's going to hear this.
Bongos for Kevin wants to know, what are Nick's thoughts on explicit sex scenes in games?
I always find them super awkward, but I also always find explicit sex scenes in movies pretty super awkward. Like, it's very hard to do a sex scene tastefully. And when you've got characters that clearly aren't real, like, the only sex scene that I can really think of that comes to mind is like the Mass Effect sex scenes where you're like, I've wanted this for so long, and you got it, and you're like, all right, Miranda, what's up? But all right, fine.
Thanks, Nick, for joining us.
Thank you
Ladies
for
and
having
gentlemen, this has been the Kind of Funny Games Cast. We will join you next week for another enthralling episode, but until then, I love you.